Hail and welcome to this edition of the Magical Human Show, where we are on the precipice of Imbolc and the full Rowan Moon. So, lots of energy around newness, new beginnings, maiden energy of kind of excitement of what life holds in the lighter months and the time to create our vision boards to scatter our seeds into the ether and into the ground so we know what we're materializing in the lighter months.
Yes, and I planted some seeds at the new moon with my vision for what I'd like to do starting in at least in 6 months' time, aiming for 6 months. Um, because my friend Litmus Freeman, who does the celestial um, zodiac thing, he because I always have to find the people who are even more weird than you.
Even more weird than me.
Yeah, yeah, it's possible.
I'm
It's
not weird.
we're not weird. No, we're not. No, I'm acknowledging I'm weird. I don't want to put that label on you, but more fringy, I should say. He's gone further outside the mainstream than
And what does
even
he say anyway, in amongst all of it? What does Litmus say?
that's not his real name, obviously. His name's Litmus Freeman, he calls himself. But he has got another name that he was given at birth. Um, plant seeds. Plant seeds at the new moon, which we do. We talk about that as well. Write down our intentions and so on. But he says, think about it coming to fruition in 6 months because that's the next part of that cycle, the other end
Well,
of
yeah.
that. Mm.
Well, that's why when you're doing your vision board, you are painting in what you want for the lighter months. Well, for the year ahead, really.
Yeah,
It's
it can be a
like
whole year. Yeah.
1 year or longer. I mean, some people do.
Mm.
The first vision board I ever had was like way long. It was like a lifetime vision board. Well,
Yeah.
10, 20 years or something. And,
Yeah.
now I do them every year and I paint them. And that's how that's my medium of choice is painting it because I think it's important that I create it. I might stick some images on as well, but, it depends. But I look at it every single day. I have it by my bed.
That's lovely. I've started painting as well. My daughter gave me paints and brushes for Christmas and some boards. One's a round one, and I
Ooh.
started with that one. And I'm still working on it because it's watercolors, and I'm just keep going back and adding another layer. Steiner style, wet painting, letting it run a bit, letting it run. Because you make the with the Steiner style painting with the kids, they put the water on the paper. They make the paper quite wet, and then they put the paint on and just watch what it does. And you can form things with it too. It's not completely formless and stuff, but it's amazing. It gives this lovely fuzzy edge to each little thing that's in there. I'll try and find some pictures.
My kids went to places like that, so yeah, I've seen those kind of. But I think let's think about what is going on there. That's really about just letting the mediums work together and not being too controlling or perfectionist about
And
that.
now what we know about water and its consciousness, that's even more of a another layer to the whole understanding of it. It gets deeper and deeper every time, you
Oh,
start to come back to these themes and you think, oh gosh, yeah, and then there's that, and then there's that. And then it constantly blessing the water, even when it's raining like I won't even say cats and dogs because it's more like elephants and hippos. I just,
is it raining in York?
again,
Oh, it's not raining here today. It started off raining, but now it's kind of sort of dry, which is good because I'm getting my trees t cut. And
it's hard to do in the rain.
yes, and
Yeah.
it's hard to do.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be trimming my buddleia, but I haven't been able to do it except for a small bit around the edges. But yeah, we had one day of solid rain on Tuesday. I didn't put my nose outside the door I should have done, but I had things to do. And then it got too late and I thought, knickers. And then, and then one Saturday, I don't even know if it was last Saturday, the Saturday before, again, all day, did
All
not
day.
stop. And
Yeah,
I'm going, bless you, Rain. Thank you. Bless you. Because, she's doing what she needs to do. So,
absolutely. And there's a lot of shit that needs to be washed down in this country right now. So,
well, and there's apparently a friend of mine who lives in Glastonbury sent pictures of, she says, we have lakes. And
again,
from her house, there's just like fields full of water.
yeah, like it
Astonishing.
is around here. It's just like everything. The rivers have burst their banks, all these rivers that people haven't been looking after properly and just literally
Mhm.
spread wherever they need to go. So
Same in York as well. I saw it yesterday when I was going to my volunteering. I'm going to take my wellies to Gloucestershire.
yeah, I mean, I
Definitely.
dress like it's like I'm prepared for rain all the time. I have a rain hat, I have my coat. I'm like
Yeah.
fully
Yeah.
up there. But yes, the energies. Let's talk about the energies because since we last
Mm.
met, Neptune, which I see as a watery planet,
Mhm.
has gone into Aries, which is a fire sign. So the Neptune, as I see it, is a higher aspect of Venus. So it's like, and wasn't it the original ruler of Pisces, or is it
Yes.
still the it's still the ruler of Pisces, isn't it, Neptune?
Yes.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah, no, it is, it is. And so you've got this kind of, this like real kind of water, like the best of water, the content, the rich content of water. So all the wisdom, all the intuition, everything. It's very spiritual from a water intuitive point of view, picking up the vibrations that way. And that's gone into leadership Aries, which is fire, adventure, putting yourself first, standing in your power. So this
Yeah.
is the call for spiritual activism, really, is the way I see it. It's like, right, come on, get serious, be open. Saturn in Pisces is just, asking everyone to ground their spiritual practices into something more every day.
Mm.
So there is that invitation. And I intuit, as I'm sure you do, that if people don't have a spiritual practice, there's such an essential element of themselves missing from their kind of makeup that it's impossible for them to find true balance and harmony. So and it doesn't matter what religion, it's just like you have to, well, you don't
Something.
have to, but we are divine and
It
human
helps to
combined.
acknowledge that there is something bigger than us. And that's partly why so many people are disgruntled and bamboozled and, knocked off their center so easily by small things and big things. And I think we can withstand the vicissitudes of life. I love that word, vicissitudes. Um, and if we have got a grounding, that's not to say, we don't feel it when something strong happens, but we can go like the aspen tree, which is one of the flower essences. It bends in the wind. It's not easily knocked over. Whereas people who are really needing more aspen in their lives are like, woo, with every little thing. I caught myself jumping at the clinic the other day when some guy came round the corner right across my car park bit on a skateboard. It was really loud and he went right past my front door and I was right inside the front door with the door open. And it was like, what's going on? I thought, okay, not entirely grounded. If we react like that to things, we know we need to go and just sit and go, okay, that wasn't life-threatening.
Yes, it's true. Take when you fright like that, it's a good idea to go and ground immediately afterwards. Absolutely. And using breath or getting on the ground is very helpful, taking your shoes
Mm,
off.
mm.
The Rowan is the Rowan energy at the moment in terms of trees. So we've got Rowan with her pentagram shaped fruit. So on the bottom of the berry is like a little
Is
pentagram
it?
star.
I did not know that.
And
Oh,
this is the time with Rowan with her branches are just gorgeous. They've got these kind of purple fluffy buds coming out of them. They're kind of velvety and fluffy. And I've just cut 40 twig, no, more than that. no, 40 twigs for my ceremony this weekend, where people will make their Rowan pentagrams, which will be, with twine and red velvet, getting the twigs together to basically create themselves a protection spell for the months ahead. And that's a kind of, working with the spirit of the tree, calling the tree into your space. And I see the spirit of Rowan as very much being Bridget, the fire maiden, which is the ultimate virgin. So that life is in its maidenhood now. It's kind of like she's pregnant. She's kind of, she's coming together with her ideas, um and that's just beautiful. And that's why we have Holy Communion around this time in bulk and stuff like that, because of the purity. And snowdrops are coming up. So it's the colors of white and red, red for the fire of Bridget and white for the purity, virginity.
Yeah. Well, they will if they aren't drowned.
Yeah,
Snowdrops are
well, yeah,
they're
yeah.
pretty tough little beggars, though.
Well, yeah, I
They're
think
pretty
mine
tough.
are all coming up. There's so much activity in my garden. It's crazy.
Great, great. You have good flower fairies.
I
Well,
do.
that's what I was going to say about Imbolc. That's coming up on Monday, isn't it?
Sunday.
Sunday. Oh, no, it's Sunday. Of course, it's Sunday. I get so confused at weekends because I
With
work on Sundays normally, and that's the beginning of my week. And then I think Monday's the beginning. No, it's not. And the beginning of the month. Honestly, time is doing weird stuff. But yeah, I'm going to be traveling back from Gloucestershire, where I'm going to a Touch for Health instructors update, which we do every 3 years. And we go down there because that's where our instructor trainer lives. And she makes all the food for the lunches, and it's all very cozy and lovely. And I'm staying in a shepherd's hut, which seems really lovely. I looked at the pictures. However, what I didn't realize is that the toilet and the showers are in a shower block outside. And I'm like, oh God, January is not the time to go camping. I've never really enjoyed camping in England. In Canada, camping is always in the hot summer, by the lake where you just, it doesn't rain and it's just lovely. And campfires and yeah, family. But oh, speaking of family, I got to tell you something. But yeah, so this is going to be exciting. So I'm coming back. I'm getting back into York just about the full moon time, provided everything runs smoothly, which of course it may not. Being Sunday, I have to be prepared. I've got Korean snacks. I've got I've got English snacks. I've got homemade snacks. I've got books to read. Not yet. I haven't packed them. I've got my laptop and my phone, and I've got my neck pillow. So have I packed my neck pillow? No, I haven't. So if I want to sleep, I can without crippling myself.
How long's the
So
journey, June?
3 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad, actually.
It's only an hour extra than London, but we don't go via London. It's cross country. But yeah, I got the going down ticket for 16 quid. You can see why I'm balking at paying way more
Yeah,
than
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. I
for the
totally get
taxi.
that.
It's just
So you'll be
ridiculous.
in transit on Imbolc, and Imbolc is the celebration of this return, like again, the
Yeah.
return, the kind of like maiden energy.
I
And so,
don't think they'll want me lighting a candle on the train.
no, but you would light the candle typically on the night of the 31st to draw
I
the
am seriously
out.
thinking of taking a candle down there to light in the shepherd's hut, but I've paid a £50 deposit in case of damage, and I do want it back.
Take a tea light. You can't go wrong with a tea light.
Yeah, yeah, I've got yes. Okay, yeah, okay.
Light it, put it in the window, and then Bridget will
On a
come and
dish of
get it.
water. Yeah,
Yeah, easy. And so,
good
yes,
plan.
opportunities and things to consider at this time is literally how to bring in your visions and remove any blockages that you may have from feeling that you can achieve your visions. So, using
Mm,
the fire side of it to clear. And obviously, it coming on a full moon is very auspicious. And I've noticed that's happening a lot this year. There's a
yeah,
lot of full moons on sacred ceremonies. So, that to me speaks of a serious power up. So,
yeah, yeah. There is a
opportunity.
lot
And the
of
moon is
energy
in Leo.
flying around. And
Moon is
it's
Leo.
yes, yeah.
So this is heart. So you've got fire is the ruling element of the heart. So you've got fire, Leo. So putting yourself first, like delving into your heart. And when last night when I did my circle, I got people to go into their hearts and ask their heart spirit to come out of their hearts into water to just
Yeah.
dream and go into Neptune, actually, dream in
Yeah.
consciousness. But just thinking about things like that. So that's what I have to tell you. The other thing I have to tell you at the moment, which is usefully interesting, I think, on my hand course, I have learned that the number of lines on your hands reflects the numbers of worries or numbers of things you have on your mind. And when someone gets closer to death, the lines start disappearing on their hands. Their hands become more simple. So it's like as things are
The
solved,
worries
they
lift.
go.
Wow.
So isn't, and if you meditate a lot, you have less lines on your hands. I can report that my hands are fairly lined. I have a lot of lines going up, which means a lot of communication with spirit, which is
Hmm.
what you would expect.
Hmm.
So that was really interesting from this week's
Yeah.
course.
Wow.
And yes, and what kind of hands we have, like where our energy balance is. Hold up your hands, June. Oh, June likes to keep herself very much to herself. She keeps her thoughts private. She
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
like, yeah,
Some people
because
would not say that.
that kind of hand is someone who's got gaps between fingers, so
Yeah.
energy can get in between. Someone doing
Yeah.
that is not.
Well, I was doing that so that you could fit on the screen,
Do it
actually.
naturally. Do it
Yeah, I don't know what
naturally.
I would do now
Okay,
you
just
said
give me
that.
one. Just give me
Yeah.
one that's the hand you write with.
The
You still did it. She still did.
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, I had real gaps in between
Yeah, that's like letting more stuff in. Right,
or out. Or I yeah, yeah.
hold it up again. I just want to have a look at your little hand there. So you've got quite a long, would you say that's a square palm or a long palm?
I was at square.
And let's have a look at those fingers. Fold the fingers into the hand. So that's a fire hand. That's
Hmm.
somebody who's a creative fire hand there, but everyone's got a bit of both. So hold it open again. So I think it might be an earth fire hand. It's quite an
Well,
interesting
that
hand.
fits with my five element. I've got a bit of livery stuff in my five element main my main elements five phases, whatever you want to call it. I just did a newsletter, I'll send it to you, about the five elements and my coming upcoming courses, because I've gotten the fire horses started galloping with me, and I'm trying not to because we're still not in it yet until February 17th, but I can feel it urging me on to get on with stuff, woman. And I've got people already booking. I only posted it out the other day. One person straight back, I'm coming. So that was lovely. That was lovely. But guess what happened to me yesterday?
Go on.
I was shopping in my local, well, one of my local independent shops for snacks for the
Brilliant.
train and for the evenings at the campsite. And because I'm sharing this shepherd's hut with a friend who I haven't seen for 3 years, which is going to be right. We're going to have long talks into the night and we're going to be tired. And I'm doing my presentation first thing on surrogate balance. I tried to
Anyway,
vid Anyway, back to what
run
happened.
back. What happened?
What happened? My mother turned up. The girl behind the counter was talking to my friend who is my closer. They're all my friends in there, but one of my friends who works there, and she turned to her and she said, "Yes." And she went, "Yes, okay. I'm sorry," she said. "I do you have family around you in spirit?" And I went, "Yes, because often I do. I can't see them, but I can feel them. Oh my God, I can feel them now. There was two
What?
women, two
Yeah.
women behind me, and one was saying, "I'm so, so sorry." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna cry." But then I thought, no, no, she should be saying sorry. It's important that she says sorry. It shouldn't make me sad or anything. It's just that's what should happen. But then she said they don't get on with each other. I said, well, I really know who it is because it was my mom's sister and her. They're 9 years apart. And my mom was very jealous of her when she was born because she was an only child up until then and quite spoiled, I think, in some ways, even though they weren't, wealthy, but she was given lots of attention. And then, of course, she wasn't. So, and then my mom moved to Canada with my dad, and they hardly ever spoke really after that. I mean, it was very odd. And my mom's sister did tell me a lot about the family history, which I really value. I spent a lot of time with her going over her memories because my mother never told me anything. She this laptop is still not right. I'm sorry, wiggling like that. The cat jumped on it, remember? I've got it stuck together with
So
duct tape
they
now.
didn't get on, and so
Mm.
yeah, and I think it's really interesting. So that woman just gave you this message, and did they,
I know. And then she was saying sorry from her as well. She said, I can't help doing this, and I'm really sorry. And I said, no, don't be sorry. It's okay. It's really okay. But yeah, she has got to be careful. She says I can't keep, I've got to keep them at bay because it gets too much. She's been doing it since she was tiny.
but also spirit will know who her spirit guides will make sure that she only tells the right person. Like,
I
let's
hope
go
so. I think
one
she
step
needs to
beyond.
work on that. I think she maybe needs to talk to you.
She's
I
welcome to do so.
I
But
think she should. I will definitely put her in touch with you. Yeah.
But the mediumship stuff's really interesting. I asked a question on my Facebook page this week because I saw a definition of mediumship saying that people think that it's always a different voice that gives you like the intel, but sometimes it can sound like your own voice. And I thought that was really interesting because the voices I get do just sound well, they do sound like my voice and they don't sound like my voice. It just it's more like the thoughts come into my mind. I
Hmm.
know they're from a wider cosmic soup of consciousness than, say, mine alone. So it's quite interesting. I get people's emotions. That's how I feel when the dead people
Yeah.
are around. I can feel what they feel about the loved one that I'm sitting in front of. I can feel that, uh,
Mm.
which is, quite interesting. We've only got a few minutes left
We
before I have
have.
to disappear and you have to disappear. So look at the lines on your hands, get out your vision boards, get creating, do something that's really 3D, as in making something as much as
Physicality. Mm.
possible. Yeah, like putting your energy. So remember, it goes thought, feeling, spoken word, creation. And that's how to do something. Do it to the power of three or more, six, for the magic number of spell work. And make sure that what you put on your vision board is really only about you. You can't vision board something for somebody else's life. That's a spiritual no-no.
Mm.
Keep to yourself, please. Keep in your lane.
Yes.
Um,
However much you want to help someone else, they've got to do it. They've
and
got to do it.
you can't say like, oh, I want to, yeah, you can say I want to attract love this year. So you could put like write down characteristics of someone or paint what somebody might look like, but you can't try and force a situation.
No, 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 absolutely not. One last thing I've got written
Yeah,
down here that I wanted to mention, if I can.
of course. One last thing.
Rory Duff has died.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't know if you already knew. I told Pam Gregory in her messages on YouTube, she did
just tell me how he died.
whatever she did anyway.
Anyway,
And
she
and
now
she
knows.
and I said, are you planning on doing a tribute to him? And she wrote back and she said, no, I'm not because his family is extremely private and I don't want to intrude. She's always so super sensitive about stuff like that. But she was good friends with him. And she put something on her Facebook page. They have got his Instagram is the geobiologist.
How did he die?
Uh, well, this is a question mark. Cancer.
Oh, Okay. How
But
old was he?
he was younger than me. He was born 1959.
Ooh.
I
So
know. I know. He was in the middle of creating a new social media network that's called the Sacred Network. So hopefully there's going to be people carrying on his work. But yeah, he's going to be buried at Glastonbury, and they've put it on the geobiologist. So if anybody wants to know, it's on there, and I've posted it as well on Pam's
just
Facebook
send me a
page.
link. Send us a link for our
Shall I
for
do that now? Yeah, I'll do it now. Okay, I'll do that.
oh, and just tell everybody who Rory Duff is so that they
Oh,
know what we're talking
he's
about.
the main guy, I suppose, in the UK who was mapping ley lines, but not just in the UK, around the world. And he was um really super intelligent. Pam Gregory has got a really lovely interview or several with him. He taught her to dowse actually, and he had circles of people going to these nodes, as they call them,
No.
where people would meditate. He had many people who really cared about him. Did you ever meet him? No.
No, but my one of my close friends did and went to his thing. In fact, a few people, I know a few people that knew of him, etc. Wow, that's anyway,
It's a big time. It was 2 weeks ago now, I think, that he died. So yeah, the funeral is February 12th, I believe.
this would be Rory Duff on the other
Yeah.
side now.
Blessings on your next journey.
He's coming
Mm,
to the cosmic consciousness even more so, and
yeah.
I'm sure his work will continue. Right then, everyone. Well,
Okay.
we will see you soon. Blessed be. We'll be back in touch when we've got news and views to share with you. Lots of love.
Bye.